be made very clear to you now that the disrespect and the state of black people and black culture in the United States and even in North America is at a great risk. One of the greatest risks that we have ever seen. It's really sad to actually understand how we have been offered basically tokens, and by tokens that can mean whatever you perceive it to mean. Food stamps, gratitude, small moments of appreciation for the years of hard work that we've been through and that we've contributed to this country. Meanwhile, our people are still struggling to function without liquor, without dope, and we don't have any sort of solution to kind of bring forward an idea of what it really means to be truly sober and actually grounded and reach a sense of balance within this economy that has sadly limited us in so many ways. Tell me why black people are always the smallest percentage of any well-known statistical data computed in United States medical research, economic research, or even physical research. Black people are always known to be the least active, the least healthy, having the poorest diets, and ultimately having the worst education, having the lowest income. And you want to stand there and tell me that things have gotten better? I'm very sorry. I have every right to object to your opinion and your belief. I would tell you that is the biggest and the blatant lie that America has fed us today. And sadly, we don't have any sort of remedy. We don't have any sort of action, any sort of way to cope or to actually come to the reality that we are not supposed to be living like this. All right. And I can tell you right now, you go to any black run country in the world and you will see our black people there, or let me say our African people there, are people of African descent living like kings, living like complete royalty, treating themselves with self-love, indulging themselves in black history, or should I say African history and African culture. One thing I feel like we need to do as well is make that distinction between black and between Africa, right? They're two different things. You may think they're the same thing. You may think that they're the same. They're not. Black is a label created by North America, okay? And Africa is a host of many diverse countries, which represents the roots of what America would call the black man. And this is what America has blinded us from, because they know how rich Africa is. They know Africa is rich in resources, in architecture, in just overall wealth, in everything that could ever promise the black man a sight of hope in the future. All right. And I just don't understand how we can keep living in these circumstances without actually understanding that we are not supposed to be living like this, right? At the end of the day, we really need to consider what's good for not just ourselves, but for our children and for our people. And this is the only way that we can actually break free from this curse, by actually developing a good idea of what it really means to be a group and a collective. Because every black person most black people you will see, we have inherent problems with working together, with collaboration, and with actually accepting the importance of sticking together. I'm not saying it's always been like this. I think, as you've seen through history, through civil rights movements, and through many significant moments in historical data, that things have actually been promising. There was hope, but just as the hope was there, the hope was taken, and every step we took towards proving that our people are great and intelligent has always been held back by someone within our community who for some reason opposes their own kind, hates on other black people, and has a deep desire to be white. The freedom fighters in the civil rights movement, they didn't need a white education to prove that they were part of the human family. They did not need white money, right? Yet we have displayed nothing but pure natural intelligence and power and strength. So this is one thing that I strongly encourage people to just realize, that, you know, we don't have to live up to the image that has been created for us. It's been a created image. It's false. You are not least educated. You are not unequal, all right? You are not inferior. Matter of fact, if you do research and if you even see the statistical data in the potential that Africa has, you will understand that all of these can be proven wrong if you look at yourself beyond America. And one thing I know that's going to be hard is to break out of that trap that America has created, that trap of being labeled, falling under an expectation, right? You as black people, it's like we think the only way we could ever even equate ourselves to the millions that the white Americans have made is by creating an avenue involving selling illegal substances, making music, or playing sports. We're not taught to use our education and our knowledge to actually build infrastructure and to actually establish rules and principles that will not only govern us, but will govern everybody whoever could benefit from our hand. And there are many people who can benefit from your hand. Like you may not be aware of it, but they are here and they are living and they are waiting on a young, noble, or not just a young, but a leader, somebody of great courage to just stand up and bring these issues to realization. The first thing you have to do is just acknowledge that the problems are there. Acknowledge that your mom's not happy. Acknowledge that your family is struggling. Acknowledge that we are not financially the strongest group of people in this district of the world. All right. Acknowledge that educationally from an educational standpoint, we lack qualifications and we lack the proper resources to actually initiate a good incentive for black-run schools, and even just figuring out the appropriate level of balance when it comes to healing and towards educating ourselves based on knowledge of the past, right? So when you come to these realizations, you will really grow to understand that the first step to solving a problem is to just acknowledge that it's there. Once you acknowledge it, you are on path towards doing good things, I promise you. So this is the only thing I recommend, that you truly take that initiative towards getting to the core roots, just understanding what exactly is it? What is it that I need to do to make sure that I have an effective contribution towards this situation? And more often than not, like I keep telling you, the only thing I need from people is to be aware. And as long as you're aware of it in your head that something is going on, and something clearly isn't right? You're hustling your minimum wage job, or you're just, let me not even be disrespectful, let me just say your job in general. You're putting forward a phenomenal effort, right? Cooking meals for your family, you're putting clothes on your kids, and sadly you find yourself in a position that has not actually allowed you to change, one that has not allowed you to grow or to evolve or to develop. And this is the realization that you come to.